Hello friends, Mandar here. I am back with another video. Today let's talk about the two bills that are pending in the Congress that are supposed to be passed before the end of day today, which is Friday 18th of December. Usually this is the timeline that the Congress has. The Congress had already extended the timeline by 1 week and today was the last day. So let's talk about what is happening in Congress regarding these two bills. It is important to know this because the S386 or HR1044 bill may also have been slid into this big bill. I'll also talk about some of the questions that I got from the community section of my channel, and we'll also talk about visa bulletin. So if you're interested in this topic, watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or my channel is for information purpose only. And for a specific immigration need, you should contact a competent immigration attorney. Now, we made several videos on how S386 bill was passed by the Senate and HR1044 bill was passed by the Congress last year. Now, the Senate version was not necessarily the exact same as HR1044 that was passed last year. So now it had to go back to the Congress to kind of look at the differences what the Senate bill had and again come to a consensus in order to pass the bill. Now there were a lot of provisions that were added in the Senate bill that were not necessarily in the Congress bill. Now the problem is the current administration has limited number of days and the Congress has also limited number of days. So they actually practically ran out of time to actually approve this bill. Now as it stands right now, there are two major bills being discussed in the Congress right now. One which is the omnibus bill, which is the spending measures bill, which is to help the economy to get back on track. So it is basically has the big provision to send out checks to Americans, check to businesses and things like that so that they can come back on feet because of the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Now there is also the coronavirus relief bill that is a major thing that is being debated in the Congress right now. So these are the two major bills that Congress is working towards the resolution and approval before the end of this session. They actually had time until last Monday, which they extended until today, which is Friday the 18th. Now what I hear is they have extended the timeline into the weekend. So they just now passed another bill that would extend their timeline to pass these two major bills through the weekend until Monday or end of day Sunday, whichever it may be. So basically the Congress is going to work throughout the weekend to make sure that this bill passes. Now when I mean Congress, it means the lower house and the upper house. Upper house is the Senate and the lower house is which is called House. They both have to approve these bills. Now what it means to our immigration community and my viewers here. I know everybody is talking about S386 bill that was passed 2 weeks back by the Senate and HR1044 which is now back into the Congress for amendments to pass. So now on its own merit, it looks like it is very difficult for any of these bills to pass. They have typically slid these kind of smaller bills into the bigger bills that were the major contention at the Congress. So basically what it means is the HR1044 bill may be slid under this omnibus bill, the spending bill and the coronavirus bill, and it may go unnoticed per se, not really unnoticed, but it may get approved as part of this bigger bill approval. So now what happens next? They have 2 days throughout the weekend to discuss these bills and to come to a conclusion or a consensus, I should say, in the Congress to pass these bills. And these bills should have gone to the President for signature by 11:59 tonight, which is Friday, but obviously that's not going to happen. It may go to them after these bills are agreed to and approved by the Congress after 2 days. So we could see something happening by the end of day Sunday. So if any of these or both bills are passed and if HR1044 is part of those bills and if they get passed, I'll keep a watch on that and I will come back with another video to give you an update on that. So stay tuned for my next videos throughout the weekend, and if there is any news on HR1044 or Senate 386, I'll make sure that I make a video and let you all know. Now many of you have asked me the question, what are the chances of this getting approved? Now what I would say is if it had any chance of approval on its own merit, it would have already happened. The fact that it hasn't happened so far clearly tells me that there is a lot of disagreement between the Congress members at the House regarding this bill. So now the only chance of that getting approved is if they pass it as if they make it part of one of these bigger bills which have a high possibility of getting approved. One is related to stimulating the economy and second one is for coronavirus relief. So both of these bills have a very high possibility of getting approved. The reason is otherwise the government can go into shutdown. So while these bills get approved, if HR1044 is made part of it, it has a high chance of getting approved as well. Now let's talk about what is happening with the visa bulletin. By now it is 18th of December. Still the visa bulletin for January 2021 has not come as usual. In the past few months, in several months I would say, we haven't seen the visa bulletin come at least until 20th of the month. So I'm expecting that starting Monday, the visa bulletin for January 2021 may be published any day. A lot of people also have asked me to make some predictions about it, and I will make a subsequent video right after that. So stay tuned to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I will share you my thoughts on what might happen with the visa bulletin for January 2021. Now I had posted a question on the community section of my channel regarding what is the topic that you would like me to cover in my next video. I got a lot of responses on that question, so I'm going to just go through that and answer some of the questions that have been posted. If it is a larger topic, I will be sure to make a separate video on it. So a lot of people have asked me about travel restrictions during the process of adjustment of status. Now I had made a video some time back regarding travel during the adjustment of status or 485, but I think it's time for me to make an update video again to cover some of the questions that may not have been covered in that video. Just to give you a hint, there are two scenarios. If you have a valid non-immigrant stamp on your passport which is valid for the duration of the travel, you have no problem going out and coming in, although there are some restrictions which I'll talk in details. Secondly, if you have an EAD and AP combo card, then you can travel even if you don't have a non-immigrant visa stamped on your passport. So when you come back, you show that travel authorization, which is the EAD AP combo card, and you will be allowed in as a parolee specifically for the purpose of getting a green card. So those are the two things, and I will cover them in detail in my video. Now another question is, what is the status of S386 and HR1044 bills? How do we know that it has been passed? We will know for sure. As I said earlier, it may be slid into the omnibus bill or a spending bill or the coronavirus bill, and we will see if it gets approved. If it gets approved, I will be sure to post a video on it in the next few days. Now a lot of people have asked that they have filed for their 485, which is adjustment of status, being on EB2 or EB3. Some of them are EB2 applications and some of them are downgraded applications to EB3. And their question is, we still haven't received the receipt notices for the applications that were submitted late October. Now what I can say is, I have seen people getting their receipt notices as late as beyond 1 month. It used to be that the receipt notices would come within a week. That used to be the case just few months back, but now it's taking longer since October. We already know that there is a flood of applications for I-485 adjustment of status since the visa bulletin came out in October, where we saw a lot of progression in EB2 and EB3 category. So obviously it has overwhelmed the USCIS officers to respond back with the receipt notices. So expect to see delay of more than a month to get your receipt notices. I have confirmed with some of my viewers that they have received receipt notices after a month. Some have also received their appointment letters for the biometrics after 2 months. Now another question that I have already covered in my previous videos, but just for the benefit of new viewers, I would like to cover it again. If the Senate 386 bill, and which is HR1044 bill, and if it becomes a law later on after the president signs it, it will become effective October 1st of 2022. That is what has been specified. So I hope that is clear. So really that is what I wanted to cover in this video. Some quick questions that everybody was waiting for me to answer, and some update on the bill that has been passed in the Congress right now. So I'm going to pay close attention to what comes out of the Congress over the next 2 days, and will make a video as soon as I get some update on these bills. So stay tuned to my channel, and if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to it so that you get the notification as and when I post my videos. Until next time, have a good one.